today?
We're in the souvenir booth. How about that? A coaster
That's pretty nice.
and a bag.
Okay, you're just getting all the nice stuff. Did you check out my hat?
I see you have a cool hat.
The hat, the mug. Come on and check out all of this stuff, though. They've got a lot of
Holy
things
cow.
you can buy at the souvenir booth at the Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival. This is Annette, and
From Ponchatoula, Kiwanis Club, and Ponchatoula, Louisiana Strawberry Festival. We have all kinds of souvenirs for you. We have garden flags, we have tumblers, we have t-shirts.
please give us a spin of the shirts.
Come get your souvenir and enjoy the fest. It's awesome. The weather's great, the bands are great, the vendors are great. Y'all come on out.
It is
You will love
great.
it.
Absolutely amazing. And these are just a few of the community members that take on a key role in making the festival possible.
Yeah, and speaking of community, you know, last year Ponchatoula elected its first mayor in 20 years, right? The first new mayor. Our Stephanie Oswald got a chance to talk to her.
That's right, guys. J. Wesley Daniels has been to the Strawberry Festival almost every year of his life. But 2025 is extra special. It's the first time he's attending as the mayor of Ponchatoula.
I'm extremely humbled and grateful to be here, but it is not something that I ever dreamed that I would be.
In this city, loving strawberries just might be in the job description for anyone elected mayor.
I'm a huge fan of strawberries. I like fresh strawberries. I like anything baked with strawberries, strawberries in general. My daughter and I, our favorite thing is take a fresh strawberry, dip it in some sugar, and eat it, you know, right off of the pint.
And he knows where to find the best ones.
I've spent the last 41 years of my life about a block and a half from the fairgrounds, where I grew up as a child. So I am very familiar with it. It's something that we look forward to every year, as I think most of our residents do.
He's been very busy at Ponchatoula City Hall, working to carry on this family-focused tradition happening for the 53rd time.
I think this is kind of like the Super Bowl for our city, right? You know, anytime you inject a couple 100,000 people into a municipality of our size, it's huge. It's huge for the businesses. It's huge for the city. It's an opportunity for us to show off what we have.
The mayor credits teamwork between city officials as the key to sweet success.
It's my first one, but there are many people that have gone before me that have kind of laid the groundwork to make sure that it's successful.
Including former Mayor Robert Zabia, who was mayor for the past 20 years.
Please come to Ponchatoula and enjoy this family-friendly event that we work so hard to put on. So come out, visit us, we'll treat you like family, and we'll take care of you.
It's the Ponchatoula way of rolling out the red carpet for the community. Led by the new mayor, J. Wesley Daniels. Stephanie Oswald, WGNO News.
Look, this is just in time for the Masters as well.
There you go. All kinds of great
Dessert
stuff. We're at the
classic.
souvenir tent here. WGNO on the road at the Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival. And Amy, there's more than strawberries and great food here.
Yeah, there's a whole ton of rides. Of course, we had to send our big kid, Bill Wood, out there to check some of them out. Bill, where are you?
In LBJ, I have found the guy. I pulled him off the top of the Ferris wheel. If you want to know about the rides, you check in with Ruben, the ride guy. Ruben Otter out here at the Strawberry Festival. Ruben, how many rides you got this year?
We have 24 on the grounds and a lot of gaming opportunities to go with those.
People love these. I mean, look all around us. Everybody's all around here. They probably want to be on TV. Hello, everybody. You're live on WGNO on the road. What would you say are the most popular rides?
Well, of course, the Ferris wheel, the merry-go-round, we have the Remix and the Music Express. So there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of different level rides for all kids and sizes. So,
how about the zipper? How's it zipping up this year?
It is zipping up quite well.
People love it. Now, you work all year to make sure that these rides get here and talk to the folks who organize them and bring them to town. What's that process like?
Well, it's a contract that we have with this ride company. They send it out to bid every few years. We've been fortunate to land Gold Star Amusements, and they've been great to work with. They have quality rides. They're very clean, very professional.
All right, that's Ruben, the ride guy. Now, Ruben, if it were up to me, I would make you strawberry royalty. Maybe next year.
Possibly.
You look royal. Me, I never will be. But, oh, we got bubbles coming out. Oh, thank you for the bubbles. There are bubbles, and we've got a jeweled crown. I got to meet the Louisiana Strawberry queen, of course, where? Right in her own backyard.
Correct.
Right there. Outstanding in her field. And since she's the Louisiana Strawberry Queen, she is outstanding in a Louisiana strawberry field. What does it mean to be Strawberry Queen?
It takes me back to when I was a little girl going to the festival with my grandma.
Oh, that warms my heart.
Mine too.
And makes me curious, how much does the crown weigh?
I'd say about 4 or 5 pounds worth of strawberries.
Louisiana strawberries.
Of course, always. We have to find the biggest, reddest berry today. That's going to be the goal for the day. I think we're off to a good start.
The queen is Alexis Lee. As official ambassador for the state's official fruit, Alexis just got the dream job to go along with that crown.
Whenever you get out-of-state strawberries, they're just sour.
She works for the Louisiana Office of Tourism, selling the state to the rest of the world. Alexis is a Southeastern University grad. She got her college degree in TV and journalism. I figure that and her title as queen entitles her to ask me some questions. Here you go. And yeah.
Strawberries contain more vitamin C than what fruit?
Blueberries, raspberries, oranges. I'll take a cup of strawberry juice with breakfast in the morning.
How many pounds of strawberries does the average American eat each year?
Ooh, I'm well below average and I eat 100 pounds. Maybe 8 pounds?
Ancient Romans believed strawberries cured what ailments?
Headaches and backaches?
Close, feigning fever and inflammation.
Okay, I'll take 2 strawberries.
And then call me in the morning.
Alexis is the great-great-granddaughter of farmers who came to Louisiana all the way from Sicily because they knew then what she knows now. When it comes to strawberries, there's no better place to take a bite. Bill Wood, WGNO News.
Our big kid there, Bill.
I know, our big kid Bill. And you know what? I wanted us to meet Marsha real quick. Marsha moved here recently to Ponchatoula. She loves to watch Good Morning New Orleans. How are you having a fun time today, Marsha?
It's a wonderful time out here. The weather is perfect. Everybody's friendly. It's just a great time. Great food.
There you go.
Some strawberries.
Yeah, get some more strawberries. Now, every year, Amy and Marsha, a new artist is chosen to paint the commemorative poster.
So I actually got to speak with the poster's artist about her inspiration behind this year's poster. Check it out. It's a peaceful place for Catherine Latham at the easel. With each stroke of her brush, she turns a blank space into a vibrant canvas. She started painting in high school, but gave it up in her adult life to focus on her merchandising career. That's until just a few years ago, when she was reminded how much the paintbrush has a hold on her.
So now you're hoping to maybe move from merchandising to full-time artistry soon?
Oh, that would be fantastic.
And could be for good reason. Latham is a talented artist, even being selected as the winner of the 2025 Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival poster design.
Yeah, well, I was just super excited when I got the call, and then like I said, I just can't wait to share it with the community of Ponchatoula.
Using acrylic paint, Latham focused heavily on the small details of what would become this year's poster.
Well, I tried to start with like a wholesome country girl. That was my inspiration to really make it different. And one of the things I was hoping to accomplish was get strawberries in as many places as I could. They're on the banners, they're in the musical notes. I just tried to incorporate strawberries in bunches of places.
Even incorporating a special character anyone from Ponchatoula would recognize.
My favorite one is Old Hardhide, the town mascot. He's strolling up to the festival with his jersey on, with his big H.
Coming up with a new, unique design was no easy task. The festival has been around since 1972, inside the Kiwanis Log Cabin in Ponchatoula. Most of those posters from years past hang.
And there's just such a long history of incredible posters on display here. And they're just all so unique and different, and I'm just super excited to have mine hanging beside them, and it's just an incredible honor.
Latham's desire is that the poster brings you back to the special place that is the Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival.
Well, I hope they just get this warm, fuzzy feeling and just of a home and community.
Now, if you want to get a copy of this year's poster, the Kiwanis Club, that souvenir tent we were in, they're selling them all weekend there.
Yeah, go to the club booth. It's over at the corner of Magnolia and 7th, as well as a lot of other places throughout the festival. That's where you can grab that poster.
All right. Well, when we come back to the Ponchatoula Strawberry Fest, WGNO on the Road Live, hey, guess what? All the sweet treats.
Ooh, we are talking deep fried strawberries, strawberry shortcake, all of the fun. We've got it right after the break. We'll see you then. From the Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival, LB.
Yeah.
What would this festival be without, obviously, the big star strawberries?
Without strawberries and without great food. And our Bill Wood, who's all over the place, he's checking him out some great dishes.
I'm jealous of him.
What's going on?
Hello, we're out here with crawfish fettuccine.
Come back to us.
That's it.
All right, so there's over 40 nonprofits. I think we're going to get back to Bill in a bit, but first, 40 nonprofits out here, over 40. And one of them is the Rotary Club, where you get a lot of your the money that you make every year from the food, right?
Robbie Van Mullen, he is the man here. You've got the award-winning jambalaya. Talk to us about the money that you guys make and what that goes toward.
Yeah, perfect. So what we do is, this is our largest fundraiser every year. We turn this money into scholarships, our Boy Scout money. We actually donate money to the American Legion. We do fundraisers for other organizations here in town. So this money is poured back in 100% back into the community.
That is fantastic. Talk to me about that jambalaya, man.
This is what I wanted to know about.
So we've got a couple of great chefs here, and they do a phenomenal job. It's not just jambalaya, but our chili. We've won awards over the last couple of years. It's chicken and sausage.
Are you jealous of me right now? Are you jealous of me?
So these are skin on chicken, so we get a good little fat off of them, you know. Take the fat out, and it's all good. But we start from scratch, man. Now we might cheat a little bit. We got parboiled rice, I know that. But man, we start from the beginning. These are pots made just for us.
I'm looking at it. That's a big pot.
Pots. You ready to stir one?
Yeah.
You want to try one?
Yes.
Yeah, stir one.
Let's do it.
Holy cow! I'm about to stir a big pot. Yes, indeed. Uh-oh.
You gonna stir it or me? me.
Yeah, I got one
Oh
hand.
my
to skirt.
gosh.
Look
I was
at
not
that.
expecting that.
Oh, Jeff, get a shot of that.
Wow.
Holy cow. Award-winning jambalaya from the
Sir,
Rotary
get your
Club.
back into it, LB. Get your back into it. I'll hold your mic. Go at it. Put this man to work. Say it again.
So to make you full just getting in there. So look, these will produce about 175 portions, and all the money comes back.
Awesome.
We want to say thank you to everybody coming out this weekend.
Yes, well, thank you so much. We enjoyed talking
Yes.
to you.
Thank y'all too.
Look at that.
All right, everybody talking about how nice the weather is out here tonight, and it continues all the way through the weekend. We'll talk about that forecast coming up. All right, back out here live in Ponchatoula, Strawberry Festival weekend, one of our favorite weekends here, and I've got the man that knows all the details about it, Tristan Miller. He's the festival chairman this year. Thank you, Tristan, for taking a little time. I know you guys are super busy. Look, big crowds expected this weekend, right? Especially with the weather.
Yeah, absolutely. Even now, as early as it is, we got outstanding crowds on our grounds right now.
Absolutely. All right, so how late are you going tonight?
So tonight we're going to 10 o'clock.
All right, very good. And then you kick it off tomorrow morning. I know y'all got the parade. Tell me a little bit about what's going on tomorrow.
So our parade will roll at 9:30 through downtown Ponchatoula, start from the Ponchatoula Lions Club all the way to 7th Street, take a left, go to the Kiwanis Park. It usually, it's kind of hard to say when it'll end. We have roughly 50 to 60 entries. Probably expecting it to last till about 12.
Okay, great.
And then everybody come down here, have a great time.
Man, it's such a great time every year. I mean, you've obviously been around the festival a lot. You're the chairman this year, but just tell me what, in your mind anyway, what makes it so special? I mean, it's such a great event.
Honestly, just the people.
Yeah.
You know, so many people come out so excited. So many locals just getting Strawberry Festival spirit.
Yeah.
It's truly great to see the camaraderie that this town has for this festival, and everybody comes together to make it happen.
Absolutely. And then Sunday we'll wrap it up. How late y'all going on Sunday?
Sunday we will wrap it up at 7 o'clock.
Okay, very good. Great music, great food. Tons of strawberries. The strawberries look great.
Absolutely, they look beautiful.
Awesome. Well, Tristan, thank you, man. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us out here. All right, so there you go. Fantastic weekend on the way, guys, and we'll talk about that Strawberry Festival forecast here as we go through the next couple of days. I mean, it looks great. It feels great out there now. We talked about yesterday that front moved through this morning, and so now you've got this, you got this northerly breeze through the day, but as the sun goes down, that's going to start to calm down a little bit. You can already feel that dry air moving in. I mean, there's just no humidity. It is unbelievably nice out here right now, and it's going to be that way for the next couple of days as well. Mid-70s tomorrow, and then as you get into Sunday, we're back around that 80-degree mark, and we're talking about that lower humidity, and we're talking about the parade tomorrow morning. Take a look at these morning lows tomorrow. You'll drop down into the upper 40s across most of the northern half of the area, and that includes here in Ponchatoula. So as the parade gets going, mid-50s will obviously start to warm up pretty quickly, but still sort of that coolish, fallish feel almost for parade weather tomorrow. South Shore, we'll see some low 50s out there. Beautiful start to the day. And as we go through tomorrow afternoon, well, that's what I'm talking about, a little Mississippi Queen in the background there. I'm getting a little fired up here. All right, as we go through tomorrow afternoon, only in the mid-70s, beautiful weather with that sunshine, low humidity, fantastic stuff. We'll warm up some in the 7-day on Sunday, back up to around 80. After another nice cool start, though, on Sunday. And then we're back into the low 80s next week, and I still don't see really any rain chance coming up over the next 5 to 7 days. So, beautiful weather, so many years, this festival has to deal with storms at some point, it seems like. And not this year, guys. It is going to be fantastic weather all the way through Sunday evening, so hopefully everybody can come out and enjoy it. I know we're expecting big crowds out here. Should be a great time.
Yeah, it is some gorgeous weather out here right
now.
now.
Fantastic weather, and it's been like this all week, and it's going to be like this throughout the weekend. So thank you so much, Hank.
Yeah, could not ask for better weather. All right, so we know already, just by the name, Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival, strawberries are the main attraction here.
Yeah.
But, LB, you learned there's a lot more than just that.
Oh, yeah. 2 stages, about 2 dozen bands playing throughout the weekend. Here's a look at the lineup.
We're a big band, 7-8 piece, got a horn section. We try to throw back, but do it as our own self. We dance, we do our own songs, we do stuff people know. It's our own thing,
Tyler Kinchin of the group Tyler Kinchin and the Right Pieces, just one of almost 2 dozen groups set to perform at this year's Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival. Yes, the berries and the food take top billing here, but with 2 stages, the entertainment is also stellar. Friday night, the entertainment rolls until 10 p.m. with headliners, the Kings of Neon. Then on Saturday, performances start at 11:45 and roll until 10 p.m., but you can hear Tyler Kinchin and the Right Pieces 2:30 in the afternoon.
The whole festival, it's a really unique experience. I know that, there are a plethora of festivals throughout South Louisiana. They all got their own, niche, but Strawberry Festival, it's a little bitty memorial park there in middle of Ponchatoula, little town, but a lot of people, a lot of food, a lot of strawberries.
And a lot of great music. Sunday kicks off early with a church service at 9 on the North Stage. And the entertainment rolls all day until 7 p.m. There's something for everyone on stage at the Ponchatoula Strawberry Fest. All right. Well,
we got some friends with us now.
Yeah, we got some friends with us.
For
Yes,
the Strawberry
indeed.
Festival.
When we come back, we take a look at the entire festival lineup. So, Amy, we got special guests.
We've made some friends. We have Bless, Lucy, and Lainey who are all out here right now to enjoy the Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival.
Yeah.
How's it been going, y'all?
Good.
All right.
Good.
Now we know.
We have been having a good time.
Nice. And we know that coming out here, seeing us out here, it makes you want to come on out. Amy, tell them what's happening this weekend.
All right, so tomorrow the festival, it opens at 9, and guess what? The Strawberry Festival Parade starts at the Ponchatoula Lions Club and heads down Pine Street toward the festival. That kicks off at 9:30.
Yes, indeed. And the Strawberry Eating Contest starts at 1:45 and then 1:30 on Sunday. So a whole lot of fun. Come on out and enjoy the Ponchatoula Strawberry Fest. And thank you, Bless, Lindsay, and Lainey. I appreciate you guys.
We should dance it out.
Dance it out
for the end of the show, y'all.